You may not always have a calculator handy to work out cost and expenditure, so it's helpful if you know how to work things out for yourself. Whenever we want to share a bill in a restaurant or paying for an event, we need to use division. Let's first look at how to divide without a calculator. A division calculation looks very different to any other type of calculation. Often people refer to it as the bus stop method, mainly because it consists of a vertical line joined to a horizontal line that looks a bit like a bus shelter. The number that we are dividing goes underneath the answer line. The number we are dividing by goes outside. Our answer will go on the top of the line. Remember, a division will share out equally a whole amount. For example, 150 divided by 3 is like asking how much would 3 people get if they split £150 three ways. The answer is £50. Or it could be used to find out how many of one number will go into another number, so 150 divided by 3 is another way of saying how many groups of 3 fits into 150, and the answer is 50 groups of 3. The calculations are identical. The answers are identical, but the questions are different. The division is used to solve both problems. Let's look at a division in a real-life problem. Mary and her 3 friends are going on holiday in a caravan. They want to split the cost of the caravan equally, so they all pay the same amount. To find out how much each need to pay, we need to divide the total bill of £484 by the number of people going on the holiday, which is 4, 3 friends plus Mary. Set the calculation out first. The number we are dividing is 484, so this goes underneath the answer line. The number we are dividing by is 4, so this goes outside. With adding, subtracting and multiplying, we started all calculations in the units or in the far right column. But with division, we start from the left. In this case, with the first digit on the left, which is a 4. 4 goes into 4 once, so we put a 1 directly above the first number on the top of the answer line. 4 into 8 goes 2 times, so 2 goes above the 8. And 4 goes into 4 once, so 1 goes on the answer line above the 4. The answer is therefore 121. So Mary and her 3 friends will pay £121 each. It's important to line the answers above the column you are working on. This makes it much easier to move on to the long multiplication and working with decimal divisions later. Carrying numbers in divisions. Sometimes numbers do not divide exactly. If this is the case, we need to carry numbers along the columns. For example, 496 divided by 2. The number we are dividing is 496, so this goes underneath the answer line. The number we are dividing by is 2, so this goes outside. We always start on the left for division, so 2 into 4 goes 2 times exactly. 2 into 9 goes 4 times, but there's a remainder of 1. We carry this 1 column to the right, so we now have 16 in that column. 2 into 16 goes 8 times. We have come to the end of the numbers with no remainders, so the answer is 248. Let's look at one more example. 455 divided by 5. The number we are dividing is 455, so this goes underneath the answer line. The number we are dividing by is 5, so this goes outside. We start on the left for division, so 5 into 4 does not go, so we carry the 4 over to the next column, where we now have 45. 5 goes into 45 9 times. 5 goes into 5 once, so the answer is 91. What is the number doesn't go exactly into the other one? This is what we do. We are going to work out 89.4 divided by 4. The number we are dividing is 89.4, so that goes underneath the answer line. The number we are dividing by is 4, so this goes outside. We start on the left for division, so 4 into 8 goes 2 times, so we put the 2 above the 8 on the answer line. 4 into 9 goes twice, remainder 1. We put the 2 on the line and carry the remainder to the next column on the right. As we've now reached the decimal point, we must put a decimal point in the answer, lined up directly above the decimal point below. We now use the 1 we carried to make 14 in the next column. 4 into 14 goes 3 times. 3 goes onto the answer line and 2 is carried to the next column in the usual way. There are no more numbers under the line, apart from the 2 we carried over. So we need to add a 0. Now we have 20. So 4 into 20 is 5, with no remainders. This means we've finished the calculation and the answer is 22.35.